You've been listening to President Biden speak in Lahaina on the wildfire destruction, and Jonathan Vigliotti joins me now. Jonathan, the president affirmed a commitment from the federal government for victims. What exactly are people going to get?
Yeah, that's a good question, John. And for a symbolic reason, the president appeared underneath that banyan tree as he delivered that message. And I just want to hit home on that for a second because of the symbolism and the strength that he said the community had to rebuild. We were there just a few days after the fire. While that tree did survive, the president knows this all too well, looking out all around it. So much of the community, 80% of it, was leveled. How exactly it rebuilds now is still unclear. The president was very quick to release critical financial aid to not only help with the recovery effort, but then moving forward with the rebuilding. But as he mentioned so many times during that speech that he just gave, this is ancestral land. There are many implications and complications surrounding what that looks like moving forward. He said that locals here and the natives would have a seat at the table. But what was silent and missing from that conversation was the impact climate change is having on these extreme weather events and how there will be this conflict and intersection of climate change and also cultural desires to rebuild, but to rebuild in a way that can withstand climate change and the strengthening storms that will surely hit this island and the entire state. It's still unclear. The focus right now, though, truly remains on the missing. More than 850 still missing at this hour as search and rescue teams with FEMA, we're talking more than 400 of them, specialized with canines, are searching the area looking for those that are still missing today, John.
And Jonathan, that staggering number, what kinds of complications do search and rescue teams face?
I'll give you an example. So 80% of the town was destroyed. We are told 85% of this disaster zone has been searched. So that leaves about 15% left. We are being told by the search and rescue teams here it could take weeks, if not months, to go through that remaining 15%. And that's because of the complications with the structures of the buildings there. We're talking entire condos, apartments, in some cases, nursing homes. These are places that are believed to possibly have a lot of victims inside who were not evacuated, did not know to leave. And we are also told that they pancaked under the weight of the pressure as the fire damaged the infrastructure. And so now they have to go in and they have to slowly peel back every floor, literally layer by layer, as they go in with that search. The governor described it in very stark details yesterday, saying the fire burned so hot it reduced so much of this area to ash. And he is warning so many people that many of those that are still missing may not be recovered, considering the overwhelming scene that these first responders are dealing with every single day.
It's extraordinary. And Jonathan, FEMA has been facing complaints from some of those who have survived, who are applying for aid. What are the nature of those complaints and what's being done about them?
Yeah, there are complications with that aid. So many people here have lost all of their identification, paperwork proving where they live and what land they own. And so that has delayed the aid process. And when you're a homeowner that is desperately seeking answers and solutions and some kind of hope for how they will rebuild, you can imagine the frustration that comes when you wait in line for a very long time with FEMA officials and you're told, come back tomorrow. So there is that pressure, but FEMA is also working more behind the scenes than we are seeing from this vantage point, really providing housing and short-term solutions for those that are currently homeless. We know that there are thousands of those with no home to return to. This is just one of many neighborhoods in this area that has been completely leveled. Hotels have been opened up and there have been shelters that have been opened up. And FEMA is working alongside the Red Cross in providing long-term shelters for residents here who have no home to return to. And it's unclear, considering the devastation here, when they will be even to really start thinking about rebuilding in a way that could survive future storms, John.
Jonathan Vigliotti in Lahaina, Hawaii. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.